Back in Canada now, in a colossal security breach involving Canadian Forces equipment. CBC News has learned that a number of shipping containers full of equipment used in Afghanistan were compromised and the entire contents of some containers stolen. Canada has, of course, been moving all its equipment back from Kandahar over the past several months, so this potentially involves a huge amount of military gear. Evan Solomon, the host of Power and Politics, broke this story on his program, and he's got more for us tonight. Evan.
Peter, Canadian military equipment is being stolen from what the Department of National Defence believed were secure shipping containers. When the Canadian base in Kandahar closed back in November, containers were loaded, sealed, and delivered to an independent contractor for shipping to Montreal. Those containers go overland to Pakistan before getting on a ship back to Canada. We contacted the private shipper AJ Maritime, who told us all NATO countries have a pilfering problem with their containers. No one knows where the pilfering is occurring. According to the shipper, there are 448 containers still in Afghanistan, 182 have come back to Canada, and another 40 are currently in transit. In a statement to us, the Department of National Defence said the Canadian Forces have had and continue to face missing but non-critical equipment in certain sea containers. In some instances, the missing equipment was replaced by rocks and other weight, so the loss would not be noticed until the containers were opened. DND also tells CBC News that an investigation is currently underway to find out where the thefts are taking place, what's actually being taken, and who's behind it. On Power and Politics today, the parliamentary secretary to the Minister of Defence gave more details.
We don't know exactly. I can say that it's more than 10 that are now thought to have been breached, but only the final investigation will give us a final number.
As the final number of tampered containers remains unknown, urgent security questions are being asked.
The biggest security risk is what are they putting into the containers, and the possibility that they may put things into the containers that are going to detonate when they get to Canada. That's a significant risk.
The Department of National Defence says that the equipment lost was all non-critical, tires and tents, but questions remain. Why would someone go to so much trouble to replace tires and tents in a container with rocks? And Peter, perhaps more crucially, for the men and women still on that training mission in Afghanistan, can the stolen equipment be used by the Taliban? Peter.
Evan, one quick question. Why Pakistan? Why do they ship it through Pakistan?
It's a good question. The critical equipment is actually shipped out by plane, ammunition, weapons, night vision goggles. Secure planes are flown out, but that's very expensive. The only really affordable way to get the rest of the equipment out is via Pakistan and then on container ship. But of course, Pakistan has notorious security questions. We in fact contacted the Pakistan High Commission, and they dismissed the story of stolen Canadian military equipment as fabricated. Peter.
All right, Evan, thanks very much. Evan Solomon in Ottawa tonight.